Hey everyone, Abuela CeCe Keto Kitchen here, aka Keto Coach, coming to you live to talk about one of my favorite breakfasts that I never thought I'd get on a keto diet, biscuits and gravy. One of my favorites. How many of you love to have biscuits and gravy on the weekends with the family? Well, you can do biscuits and gravy on keto. You just have to change it up a little bit. And I'm going to show you just how easy it is. And personally, I actually have really grown to love this version better. I went out to breakfast with a friend and took a little bite of her biscuits and gravy out of curiosity, and I really didn't care for the floury texture of the gravy or the biscuits. So I'm going to show you guys how to make a really quick and easy biscuits and gravy. So right now I'm just cooking up I just use a Jimmy Dean sausage. When I'm being extra good, I'll go to the meat market and I'll get like the really well made sausage without all the things in it, but I was in a hurry and sometimes you got to do what you got to do, right? So while it's heating up in the pan, I'm going to show you over here what I'm doing. I'm going to break it up into little pieces so it cooks a little bit more evenly, cooks a little bit faster. And then while that's cooking, I'm going to mix together the biscuit, which I actually make in a mug. It's called a mug biscuit. So it's a serving size. I find it's a good serving size for two, one mug biscuit. It just really depends on how much you eat. So while that's cooking in there, I have the heat on like a medium. I'm going to wash my hands, get the meat off my hands. I'm going to make the biscuit in the meantime by using coconut flour, almond flour, and baking powder, and some salt. And that's it. Oh, and an egg. I believe an egg's in there as well. Yes, one egg. Let me grab an egg. But just to make sure, because I'm guessing it's been a while since I made this, I use an amazing app. I have a health and fitness folder on my tablet here. I have this app called Carb Manager. Can you guys see that? Maybe? There it is, Carb Manager. Absolutely amazing for a low carb diet. And I pre-plan my meals for the week. So I'm in today. Today's Tuesday. And I pre-plan my meals and put in all the information. So I already know ahead of time for the entire day what my macros are and where I need to stay in. So on net carbs, I have 14 net carbs for the day, which is great because I need to stay under 20. And I need to be 83 grams of protein. And right now I'm at 80 for the whole day. So I know I can add like 5 grams of protein. So I'll probably have some nuts for a snack since I have protein available and I still have 6 carbs available. So I'll just add in a snack today, which I didn't add in my day just in case. And then I click on breakfast and I I already programmed in my recipe part of the app, my recipe and how many it yields, which is 2 servings. And then it gives me all the ingredients. And then I already put in the instructions on how to do it. So it's all in my app. So if I wanted to have biscuits and gravy on another day, you guys, I simply just go to breakfast on that day, add food, my favorites, recipe, biscuits and gravy. And then it's already programmed in for the morning. So I don't have to retype it in every single time. So this app is super cool if you guys are trying to keep track of being accountable of what you're doing. Try Carb Manager. You can private message me. I can tell you other little tips and tricks of it. So in the biscuit, I'm going to stir this before it overcooks on one side. And you know when you cook sausage, it gets like really thick chunks. Now some people like their biscuits and gravy like that. I personally really like my sausage really, really tiny little pieces in my gravy. I don't like it chunky. So after it's done cooking, I will put it in a food processor and just chop it down really fine. Those of you who are local and have Dairy Marts local, You know, the Dairy Mart biscuits and gravy, and it has those tiny little pieces. That's how I like mine. So it's more of a personal preference. Letting that cook. All right, so for my ingredients, it's 2 tablespoons almond flour, 2 tablespoons coconut flour, 1 teaspoon baking powder, Himalayan salt, and avocado oil. No egg. So, good to know, no egg. Here's my avocado oil. And that recipe yields 2, so I'm going to actually cut that in half. And I like using a ramekin to make my biscuits, but you guys, you can use a, just like a coffee cup and do it that way as well. I'm going to go back in and read any comments or questions later because I'm working against the clock and I don't want to mess up the meat and overcook it. So I will answer questions if you have any. So literally, we're going to just take the almond flour. You guys, this biscuit's actually pretty good. I have other recipes for biscuits as well, for just a biscuit and butter on its own, which I like better than this. But this is a fast, easy biscuit. And I'm covering it in gravies, so it doesn't need to be super fabulous. It works. All right, so ingredients again, 2 tablespoons almond flour. I'm going to use 1 tablespoon for 1 serving. Pack it down, wipe it off so it's nice and even. Then 1 tablespoon of the coconut flour. Same thing, pack it down, wipe it off. 1 teaspoon baking powder, so I'm going to use a half teaspoon. Because again, I'm cutting this recipe in half. And then 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Or I'm sorry, I have avocado oil. You can use olive oil as well. And that's it, you guys. That's it. I even have these cute little mini mixers. And you just mix it all together. Oh, Himalayan salt. I didn't add that. I'm going to want to add that. And it's just a dash of salt, so I'm just going to put a little bit in my hand, throw it in there. All right. And you can double up the recipe if you want a bigger biscuit as well. And I actually think I might just do that, and then I'll have some for later. Mix up my meat again. Breaking it down with the spatula helps get it cooked all the way through. All right, I'm actually going to double up this recipe. I think I want a double biscuit. So just adding the rest of that ingredient. If you're really in a hurry in the morning, you can pre-make this whole meal the night before, because it sits in the fridge really well. So, which is why I'm making a double. I think I'm making a double in case my partner, when she gets home, she has to get in more protein in a day than I do. So I'm going to surprise her with a little biscuits and gravy. She loves breakfast. Mix it up. So it looks like this. It's pretty thick. Kind of, I don't know. I never made biscuits from scratch, regular biscuits. So I don't know what the consistency is usually like. But when I first did this, I'm like, it looks like it's going to be too dry. But the oil really makes it really moist, have a lot of moisture. All right. And then I'm really anal. So I push down all the ingredients off the side, down to the bottom. And as you can see, it looks a little bit more creamy. That way it cooks nice and even. All right, checking the gravy, checking the biscuit. If you guys can't see what I'm doing through the comments, you can swipe them away. Ah, party foul. All right, it's all cooked down. I'm gonna take that off the heat for a second. All right, I'm gonna put my biscuit in the microwave. Now, according to my directions, again, my directions are right in the app with my recipe that I created. Says to microwave on full power for 2 minutes, 20 seconds. Now, that varies depending on your microwave. So my microwave, 2 minutes is more than plenty. So I will turn it on for 2 minutes, but I'm not going to do it until my gravy is almost ready. So my biscuit's nice and hot. This whole thing, you guys, will take me 10 minutes tops to make biscuits and gravy. The mug biscuit's good for anybody who who's even not keto or low carb, but just wants a fast, easy breakfast that's super yummy. You can do this. All right. So I'm going to break down my sausage because you guys, can you see that? See how chunky? It's very, very big pieces. I don't like that. I like it super small. So I'm going to put the pan back on the heat, but I'm going to turn it to low because we're going to start adding the cream. And I'm just going to pulse it a few times. Maybe a few more times, just a little bit more. And the consistency, to me, can you see that? It's a lot smaller, a lot better. I feel it mixes better in with the gravy. My hands are clean. Some germaphobes are like, ew. Wash my hands. I'm just a very hands-on person. All right, back to the recipe. Recipe says 1/2 cup of chicken broth. But I'm doing a half. This recipe serves 2, and as far as the gravy, I'm gonna put it in half. So I'm going to do a 1/4 cup of chicken broth, 1/4 cup of heavy cream. There's a lot of different recipes out there, but I kind of fine-tuned it with this for my tastes. All right. Let's see how much cream I have, because if I have more cream, I might just double the batch on this too. Perfect. All right. So I'm going to make the full batch, and then I'll have some extra that I will freeze for next week. Because yes, I can freeze my biscuits and gravy and have it meal prepped for another day. I just didn't think I had enough cream, but I do. All right. You guys see that? So it's really liquidy, right? So you're going to let it cook down and reduce. So I'm going to turn the heat back up. It also calls for cream cheese, 2 ounces. That adds to the creaminess, and then also thickens it up as well. And then while it's thickening up, I can look to see if there's any questions or comments, say hello. We use a lot of cream cheese, so we get it at Costco. If you're wondering, like, what is that? That is a big brick of cream cheese. I make a lot of pizza crusts for my keto clients who aren't big cooks and don't want to take the time to make their own pizza crust. So part of the pizza crust is made with cream cheese. So I'm going to weigh out 2 ounces of cream cheese. I'm so excited. I have been waiting for this breakfast all morning. Ounces, okay. Let's see how close I can get it on the first try. I'm usually pretty good. Not this time. 2.3. 2.0. All right. So this little brick, that's what 2 ounces look like. And I'm going to break them up. Come on, heat, come back up. In little pieces so it's easier to melt. Cream cheese is not easy to melt within a liquid. It's easy to melt in a microwave. But every time I try to melt it like in a pan, it takes a little bit. So I put it in little pieces. It makes it a lot easier. And then at the very end, if the consistency is just not as thick as I would like it, let me wash my hand real quick. As you see, I wash my hands constantly. I add an ingredient called xanthan gum. And it's a natural thickener for people who, and Namaste is the one I like to go through. It's a natural thickener for sauces and for baking and things like that without using things that are non-gluten and keto friendly. And according to the recipe, I can do 1/4 teaspoon of that. To thicken it up. So I'll get that ready just in case I need it. I know I haven't gone live in quite a long time. I started a keto challenge with 7 new clients of mine to have some testimonials for my keto test group for finishing up my keto certification as a coach. And so in order to really have true testimonials, I mean, I've been coaching people for over a year, but I'm not really involved in their meal planning. I'm not involved in whether or not they're following it. And these people agreed to be a testimonial person by following my meal plan exactly. There are some things they can do, like switch meals in and out and snacks and things like that. But pretty much follow my plan, work with me, learn about how to do keto. And when I say keto, I mean strict keto. Except we do have dairy in ours. Some people say dairy is not strict keto, and that's fine. So far, so good. They're doing really well. You know, it was a struggle blessed in the first week. First week is the training week, really learning how to do keto, learning all the information. If you're really new to it, there's a lot to understand and learn, especially when it starts getting to ingredients of food. So the first week, their menu was pretty basic. You know, meat and veggies, some sauces, but nothing too hard, no baking. They're not allowed to have sugar or alcohol the first month. And then this week, they're actually going to get to make pizza. And today, biscuits and gravy. So there's some baking involved. So the recipes are going to get a little bit more complicated for them to try bigger and better things. All right, now that it's boiling, I'm going to turn it back down. And I am going to add that xanthan gum because I want it just a little bit thicker. And at this point, I'm going to turn the biscuits on too. So 2 minutes for my microwave. The gravy's almost done. And I like to add pepper to mine. I didn't add it in the recipe because that's a preference. smells amazing. I also really like to season mine too with a little bit of rosemary. And a little bit of complete spice, because I'm obsessed with complete spice. And then pepper. And now it's definitely thickening up. I'm going to turn the heat off and take it off the fire and let it cool down, and it will thicken up the more it cools down. All right, so you guys, show you the thickness and the consistency. It's thick like heavy cream right now for as far as the consistency, and as it cools down, it's going to get a whole lot thicker. We're going to let that cool down while the biscuits are finishing, because when the biscuits come out, they need to cool down for a good 30 seconds too before I can cut into them. All right. Hi. So that's it. So it's just a matter of plating, and I'll show you what I do that. But is anybody on with me today on keto or a low carb diet? I'm going to kind of just go back and look at any comments, if any. Say hello if you guys are still with me. Deanna and Diana. Hello. Hi, Ash. Hi. Oh, hi, Tyler. Gloria. Hey. What's the app name? It's called Carb Manager. I'll take a picture of what it looks like and the name, and I'll comment after the video so you guys can look it up. Oh, you're so sweet, Heidi. Thank you. You have to send me this freaking recipe. I'll post the recipe in the comments when I'm done. I know the carbs are hardcore. And when I have biscuits and gravy, like normal biscuits and gravy, I'm so like sluggish and tired too. That's why I tell people you don't have to be low carb and keto to do this version. It tastes amazing, so why not? And just kind of cut out the sluggishness that you'd normally get from all the flour from the gravy and the flour and the biscuits. It's like flour overload. Hi, Mimi. Hi, Gloria. Hey, Jen. Hi, Michelle. Christina. It's crazy how many people can join me this time of day. I'm thinking people are at work and they're not going to join me, except the people that work from home or non-workers and stay at home. Mel. Call me Mel. I'll call you when I'm done eating, at least. Hi, Sierra. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Gina. Oh, my God. I am apparently going live on the wrong time of day. Hi, Michelle. Hey, Michelle. I'm going to call you, too, so we can schedule our video that we're going to do together. We need to do that. You're at work? Oh, you're being naughty. Or are you on a lunch break? My daughter will sometimes watch my lives from work too. But she does it during her lunch break, I'm sure. I mean, I haven't called her out on it. All right, you guys. Look at the cute little biscuit. So cute. All right. I feel like there should have been an egg in this biscuit. Okay, so I want to show you guys something. That's how hardcore my microwave is. So it burnt the biscuit. So this is a recipe that I just took off the app, and then I just added my own stuff. And my microwave is too hardcore for the biscuit. So we're going to make another one. And I believe my recipe had an egg in it. So I'm going to go back to my recipe because I feel like like there's something missing in that one. So I want you guys to see what the biscuit looks like. So I'm going to remake this biscuit. So give me a second. Let's see, I'm re-looking at, because some of the things are the same, like the baking powder. 1 teaspoon, I'm going to do a half. And then the oil. And then just a little bit of Himalayan salt. And this time, I'm going to add the egg. So I don't know, when writing up the recipe and looking at the one I was looking at, if I just forgot to add the egg and that's what went wrong. I don't know. But I'm going to actually microwave mine for a minute, because when I make my other mug breads, it's only a minute. I have a super hardcore microwave. It's like a convection oven / microwave. So that could have been the problem too. That's why I always say each microwave's different. That's the thing about cooking these recipes in microwaves. Everybody's microwave's a little different. So I'm just stirring it around. Like it totally burnt. Burnt the biscuit on the inside. I didn't even smell it. I'm surprised I didn't smell it. This looks more like what I'm used to seeing. See how yellow it is because we've added that egg? Okay. A lot of the times when creating recipes and kind of tweaking other people's recipes, this is the kind of stuff that, you know, I'll go through, adding and subtracting things to work for not only my taste buds, but my equipment versus the equipment they're using. All right, so looks like that. Let's try this again. We're going to do 1 minute. And that's it. Now check out our gravy, you guys. Look how thick the gravy is. It's got the normal biscuits and gravy thickness. It's cooling down a little bit, so it's not going to be so hot when I plate. This is still cracking me up. It's like crumbly too. I really think I probably forgot to put the egg. And my people were making this morning. No one had commented anything about like the biscuit not working. So, I wonder, but see, what I was looking at is the app where I put in the recipe, but what I sent them was a copy of the recipe I already have. So I bet they have the right one, thank God. Hopefully. I'll find out. I'll ask the group, like, did anybody make the biscuits and gravy this morning? How was that biscuit? Look how cute. It's like a little muffin, like a cupcake. So you let it cool down a little bit so the heat inside can settle down. It will settle down. So I make individual little desserts this way too. I make hot chocolate lava cake, cinnamon spice cake, like all kinds of different little cakes in these little ramekins. You guys, these things are amazing. All right, so we're gonna let that cool down for a second. And that was the 1 tablespoon of coconut flour, 1 tablespoon almond flour, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 tablespoon of olive oil or avocado oil, and I used 1 large egg. Mix it really well, 1 minute in the microwave for my microwave. Okay. When it starts to cool down, see, you can pull it apart. I'm gonna flip it upside down like that. See if I can, there we go. Pops right out. Look at all that steam that's trapped in there. So it's fluffy. But it doesn't taste eggy. That's the cool thing. I've tried a lot of keto breads that taste eggy. All right, so now I'm just going to, how I like to serve it for myself. Normally, I can even just do 1 little piece. But I'm super hungry today. So I'm chopping it in little bite-sized slices. So kind of like this. See if you guys can see me down here. All right, here's my plate. So I'm gonna take all those little slices and just kind of lay them out flat on your plate. Just like that. And this is 2 servings, you guys, because remember I doubled up the servings because I want my lady to have some of this later. So I just kind of split it in half as much as I can. And just pour the gravy. Do you see why I normally like eat half of this biscuit? Because it's a whole lot of biscuit. Oh my God, it tastes so good. And for me, I can't have biscuits and gravy without a little bit of hot sauce. It's that Mexican tongue of mine. Look at that. That's a nice, generous portion too of biscuits and gravy. That's it. Doesn't it look amazing? You guys, this is so good, so flavorful. In my opinion, it tastes way better than your regular biscuits and gravy. And I'm gonna take a bite right now. Because you know I have to tease you at the end with a bite of this biscuits and gravy, just to show you how amazing it is. And the bread came out perfect, absolutely perfect. So the egg was definitely missing in the first one and definitely way too long cooking. It's freaking amazing. So, you guys, make some biscuits and gravy for dinner. Everybody loves breakfast for dinner, right? Make this version, take a picture and tag me. I want to know how many people have done it and what you think. And it would be really cool too if you guys could do that. Tag Abuela CeCe Keto Coach, because that's my business page. And that way, people who are looking for coaching and keto ideas, they'll see that in my feed. You can always tag CeCe Borrego too, but if you can maybe check in at Abuela CeCe Keto Coach, that would be really awesome, because I'm trying to build a following on that business page. It's a fairly new page for me. And I'm just curious how many people are going to try it and love it. And be honest. If you're not keto and you try it, compare it to would you have this over your normal, or you would still stick to your normal biscuits and gravy? Because out of curiosity. All right, I'm just going to go back and look real quick, make sure there's no questions before I go. I don't even know who's all with me still. Hi, Jolene. Yeah, definitely good when you're tired of eggs. Though, I don't know. I don't know if I could ever get tired of eggs. You can make eggs so many different ways that, I mean, they used to call me Edie in high school. Edie's from Pink Flamingos. And she was a character that was obsessed with eggs. And that's kind of me. I love eggs in any way, any shape or form. All right, you guys, I'm going to let you go. I hope that was informative. I hope you guys try it because it's amazing. Thanks for watching and tuning in. Until next time, cheers.